paper name is that my paper Rethinking Requirement Analysis for AI-based Projects. So rapid adaptation of artificial intelligence. Industry has been realized the limitation in transition requirement analysis methodologies. As I told you, so many people wants to change their services. They add value services based on real-time basis. That is why long time ago it's just a requirement analysis and not fit our society right now. So that is why we have to make some analysis based on AI. So I try to give him a full process. This paper proposed a defined iterative process for requirement analysis and AI-driven initiatives, and whether AI is primary focus or integrated components of larger system. By emphasizing a dynamic between data, model, deployment, environments, and the approach departs from the methodologies advocating for the adaptive process. So demonstrate how this concept can ensure better alignments with the business goal, business budget, enhance data utility, and improves the model performance with addressing and consideration and the practical construct. This paper aims to provide researcher, practitioner, and product owner. Okay. This is a methodology that idea generation and validation and research on data and the model selection, application involvement and development. So I think right now generative AI is so popular and ChatGPT is so popular. So I think idea generation is a little bit changing right now. So if you have idea with your friend, with your team worker, they combine their idea, they communicate each other. At that time, I think ChatGPT also give you the idea as well. And then if you have some idea, you can research on the website and research on your data, and then you collecting the data, and you're gonna ask ChatGPT as well. They will give us some kind of recommendation for algorithm, and then you can make it. So for me, usually if I wanna be like a specialist for the game industry, I go to the Google. I'm asking about the game data CSV file, and then I download it, and then see that they have some GitHub or Kaggle, and then let me see that they're related to the article as well, and then I think about the their field as well, or their model as well, and then a little bit change model, a little bit change about the algorithm, and then I'm gonna research that field as well. So even though I don't have any background, for example, if I have a student who wants to get into the, for example, Google or Meta, and then Meta right now they're focusing on AR and the VR. So, but my students doesn't know about the AR and VR knowledge. So usually I go to the Google and then gathering some data about the VR and AR, and then I suggest my students please research that area using that data, and then asking about your algorithm as well in ChatGPT as well, and then asking them, they giving a recommendation. So you have to research that, and then you make a research paper or make some papers based on that data, and then you're gonna be like a good uh, domain knowledge. So I think students has a good ability, but they don't have a domain knowledge because they didn't have a field data uh, mm, databases. That is why I try to giving them this counseling system. So it's the same as that. For example, if I wanna making a new picture in my car, idea generation with my team members and the research on data. Usually, we don't have a data on a website for the new services. Usually, I use for the uh, my customers' behavior using uh, databases, and then I make, for example, LSTM or some algorithm transformer using them, and then uh, some kind of the pilot test and launch their services. So idea generation and validation is the first step. Define problem clearly, and validation, feasibility, and propose solution. So you have to define right problem. Sometimes problem, if we don't have a problem defined clearly, sometimes a solution is different. That is why when you make a new solution, you have to have a defining problem clearly, and evaluation. It's computer and market analysis integral to this stage as well. So you can gathering the customers, you can gathering the uh, competitors' data, you can gathering your company's data as well. This is a validation system and research on data. Data form background the AI process, making a strategy critical to overall process. So if you have a good idea, if you have a good solution, even though you have it, but if you don't have a data, it's difficult to find a good algorithm, good model solution. That is why it's the same process for your uh, new idea and new paper. If you don't have a research data, it's difficult to release your services. So in industrial field, so many data they have. For example, Tesla has a lot of image data. They are collecting the data from their car as well. But in academic field, it's a limitation of the data. That is why they have some kind of the border there. So academic field, they have a good algorithm, they have a good research knowledge, but they don't have enough data. They want to use it, but Tesla or another company, they don't want to release their data because they have a data inside of them. They have some private data as well, customer data as well. They don't want to share that. For example, tracking data. So they have a tracking data about their customer. They know about their car where they are going. So real time basis. It it cannot relate to the market in, for example, academic market. Stanford University, they cannot do that because their customer data. That is why I think uh, in-house development, in-house uh, idea generation right now. So that is why I think rethinking requirements analysis is required. I think so. That is why I just put this chapter as well, and then model selection. Selecting the optimal model architecture is pivotal to succeed of any AI system. During this stage, the team evaluates whether the data set finalizing proceeding data research paces is suitable for fine-tuning, tuning an existing model. So to guide decision-making process is cost, benefit, and time to deliver analysis is conducted. Waiting to research investment and effective framework. Okay. Why this framework? Because first stage provide structured framework to determine technical, functional, and financial feasibility of the AI components of the project. Wait a minute. Okay. So challenging in transitional requirement analysis, as I told you, so many requirements from the outside right now, because right now customer they want a new services. Customer wants to change their services. It's a real-time basis. That is why so many company right now they making this kind of this requirement system, and that they're changing their services, their launch their service is like a pilot services, and that they get some feedback, they're changing. This is why right now they are using a rethinking requirement analysis right now. This is the emerging market as well. So as our methodology also 10 years ago pop up, we call development operation, DevOps. Why? A long time of just development and finish, and then operation team, they operation their system. But right now, develop team should manage their operation right now. Why? As I told you, so many customers they want to change their services on time basis. That is why developer knows about customer needs right away. That is why right now so many company have a DevOps team. Some company has an AI ops team. This kind of the word right now so popular in the uh, in the company right now. So limitations of is a method has a development adaptive and then frameworks tailored to AI projects. Okay, and this framework, I think, as I told you, so many right now tool is a lot in the world. So I use Compliance, I use a Jira system, I use GitHub. So we use that kind of things gives you the this concept. So this is tool and framework AI specific requirements. Variable tools such as Jupyter, TensorFlow, and support yeah, ex- exploratory data analysis and development as well. Yes. Okay. This is some case study. It's AI chatbot for Los Amigos game betting association. They define their object, and then I just introduce 4 steps. One step is that requirement analysis, idea generation, stakeholder workshop together, as I told you, and research on data. Uh, so existing sports databases was assessed for the sufficiency and relevance, and the primary data evaluating highlighted and leading to structured cleaning strategy and the metadata tagging, such as game location, time frame. So you can see that here, game location and time frame, and it makes a model algorithm. So we collecting the data, and then we made the algorithm there. So they have full tuning RAG model. We use that, they use that, and the application involvement and deployments they did. And then a vehicle recommendation system based on AI powered. So created a system to recommend vehicle option buying, renting, and leasing based on user preference as a budget. It's based on user preference as a budget. So problem statements is that clients so needs to AI system to analyze user budget and preference and recommend the suitable options. So idea generation, the same method as a workshop with stakeholders. Research on data, you can see that available data here, car buying, rental databases, and the missing rental and data, customer collection strategy, and pre-processing for the consistency and the key such as pure efficiency, mileage, identify for the recommended optimization. And then model solution, so filtering algorithm they use, and then they giving a more kind of the solution. And third case is predictive maintenance in manufacturing. So you can see that problem is that the client's manufacturing form requires system analyze machine sensor data and identify pattern. So they gathering the history sensor data. So they use a long short-term memory LSTM. They made it. This kind of things. So this is a this is conclusion. Is that Prima aim to define the requirement analysis strategy for AI project by ensuring that all key holders, business analysts, and subject matters, expert decision makers aim to the comprehensive understanding of a project life cycle. That is why this framework have to develop more fastly and meet their customer needs is based on AI. So how is possible? Right now, so many good AI tools, we can use it. As I told you, when you're using agile methodology, these tools give top management and bottom management. They are direct communication tool. That is why right now it can be possible. Okay, that's all for my two. Today I did three papers presentation. That be all. Thank you.